So what you were witnessing right there was a road rally. It's called Stages, and they run it up our road right past where my cabin's going to be, the fire tower. Oh, by the way, this is Adirondacks for me. Welcome back. Going to be doing some interesting videos. I'm off for a few days, so I think it is September 9th, and it's a Saturday. So you can see some footage of those cars doing time runs up and down the dirt roads in the area here. This is just one road they use. So what I'll probably do is take a walk, show some video maybe of South Creek on my property, and enjoy. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm now up here on the highest spot in this particular part of my property. It's saying it's 968 feet. I can't remember what the other one was, but this actually sounds like it's about accurate. And that's facing north with the compass. So 968 feet. There's another spot on the property that's actually higher, but it's on the other side of the creek. We actually had that logged off in the 70s. I believe ash is what we had logged off there, and I believe they sent them to Canada, probably to make hockey sticks. But that was back in the 70s, and that is the highest part of the property I own in this area. So this is South Creek. This actually, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be the water supply for our village here locally. They used to pump down further at the pump house. They used to pump it up into a tank up near another part of our property, and it used to supply the village's water for years. But it seems like they drilled a well someplace in the area that they use that now. Anyways, I'll shut up here and you can actually hopefully hear the water in the rapids down below running. I probably have maybe a quarter mile worth of the creek on bordering my property. All together with property in the family, this probably borders about a mile worth of our property. And I do own on the other side of this creek for a while. Or I'm sorry, a ways back. It's that other hill I was telling you about, and it's basically it's high over there. You can't see the top of the hill, but there's a huge hill over there. And again, here's just another shot of the creek going up the creek. This is another shot of the creek. I actually have the tripod in the creek, so I am basically filming this with a tripod in the creek. Hopefully I don't fall in. Just got my foot wet though. And let me pan around the other side, and that was up the creek, and I'll take a shot down the creek. There's a lot of trees that have fallen. So this is another tree that has fallen. Actually, it hasn't fallen. That tree was eaten by a beaver. That is a beaver fall right there. So that is a beaver dam up there. I didn't know whether it was another tree, but it in fact it's probably a beaver dam, because that tree was chewed by a beaver. Unbelievable. Well, sure as shooting, that is a beaver dam, but it doesn't look like it's being maintained, and that beaver chew that I showed you earlier didn't look very fresh, so somebody might have already trapped these beavers out of here. Well, I've gone up the creek a little bit further, and there's another beaver dam up here, so that might have been a secondary dam down there that they're not maintaining, but basically slows the water down. And this might be the primary dam. It looks like it, because what they do is they put this dam up to create a pool of water behind it, which they can swim under when the water freezes in the winter. And I'm sure they've got all their food stored under the water there for eating in the winter time. Anyways, so these beavers actually still, they may be here, because I do see some fresh cuts in that beaver dam, which looks like they're maintaining. Yeah, here's a close-up of the beaver dam. I'm actually standing on part of it. It is actually a fresh beaver dam, so they are in here. And I'm seeing some ripples out there on the water, so they probably know I'm here. And they probably won't show themselves as long as I'm around. There is another camp way up there. That's just up above my property. There's a falls up in that area. It's a beautiful location because there's a waterfall. And it would be nice to own that property, but you know, enough is enough. Taxes are high enough already. Alright, so yeah, this is the dam. You could walk across it. That's how stable these darn things are. They make them rock solid. It takes like I said, it took dynamite to get them out in the early days, and I'm sure they probably dynamited them out way before the 60s, since this was the water supply for the village, probably since early 1900s, maybe longer. Anyways, that's going to be it from the beaver dam. So this is the property line. That poster's actually on the property of that other cabin I mentioned that's up the creek further. So my property line goes right across the creek here, so that beaver dam is actually on my property. And it goes over there and then shoots up the creek. I think the property line actually, and then makes a right hand turn up there close to their cabin, and then it heads off back towards the south more, and makes a loop around that big hill I told you about earlier. Okay, what we're looking at right now is a hedgehog den. You can see the hedgehog scat over there. It's kind of wet in there right now, so he's probably out and about up a tree someplace. Hedgehogs, we call them here, porcupines, take your pick. But this is where they usually set up their homes, back in these crevices on these rock faces. Pretty common. There's a lot of these in the area. Alright, so now you know what a hedgehog den looks like. Okay, I'm back at the well. Came up from the creek area, back over here to the well. It needed to be primed. I had my bucket of water here and primed it. Now it's running again. It's cloudy, but it usually is when you don't use these regularly. They'll cloud up on you, but you know, pumping it again for a while and it will clear up. Hopefully you can hear me over there. But the well is still working. I'm sure as long as it rains, I'll always have water here. That's for sure. Alright, that's enough of pumping. Well, just in case you thought I was making believe I was pumping water, hopefully you can see the water now. I'll get a little bit closer here for you. But there's plenty of water in this pipe and point right now. Since it's fall, it rains quite a bit. I'm sure the water table here is really high. Alright, I got to empty this bucket because it's almost full and it's heavy. Oh. Alright, so there's a bucket of water for you. It's already starting to clear up. Lots of water. I'll probably be doing Brought the chainsaw and stuff up here this weekend and probably be doing some more cutting. Unfortunately, this road rally is interfering with me getting to the property. But I can actually work my way through the woods and get here if I have to. I'm not sure. I think they're just racing today and racing tomorrow in this road rally called Stages. Anyways, that's going to be it for right now, and probably be doing some more video over the course of the next couple of days. So this is some of the plastic pipe that my buddy uses to tap the maple trees. This is a main line going down. It's looks like it's inch and a quarter line, and all the little runs all over the area going to all the different trees tie into these bigger pipes, and then the bigger pipe runs all the way down to the bottom of the hill to a gathering tank where that gets filled up and pumped out. The sap gets pumped out into a tank, usually behind a tractor, and the tractor takes it off to the sugar house where it is boiled down to make maple syrup from New York State. So there you go. Okay, Adirondacks for me here. This tree is falling on my buddy's his tap line, so I'm gonna be a nice guy and remove that tree for him so he doesn't have to do it in the spring. There you go. So this is my John Deere 310B. The year on it's 1985. I think it's got like 4,200 hours on it. I bought it probably with, can't remember, 38, 39. Anyways, not going to be using it this weekend, unless my brother, I think he's actually coming up as well. He's got to put some more roof on the old homestead, putting a tin roof on it, and he might have to use it for something. I don't know. We both use it. I do own it, and if you look behind the John Deere my brother owns is the old Maggie Ferguson farm tractor, which he's kept in great shape over the years. I think it's got some leaks in it right now that he's has to address, but that's been a workhorse for our dad and my brother over the last I don't know 45 years, maybe longer. I'm not sure what year it is, maybe a 53 or something like that. I'm sure my brother would correct me if he was here. Alright, pulling my nephew's trailer with my backhoe. Didn't think I'd be using the backhoe today, but I am. Okay, so I used the backhoe earlier today and blew out a hydraulic line, so my nephew may go ahead and fix that while I'm gone, and so he can use the backhoe to do some work he needs to do. I'm going to just cut up this log here. I don't have much to do left today. It's Sunday, September 10th, and just going to cut this up and probably call it quits for tonight. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Alright, that's going to be it for right now. Adirondacks for me out.